Loving your whole self. May 18, 2014. You know, dear ones, it is your feelings and emotions that drive you, what pushes you forward regardless if you have taken the right or wrong turn, for better or for worse. It is your emotions that will take you upon distracting paths or towards comfort, harm, friendship, egocentrism, or to helping others. The incredible range of emotions from insignificant to beautiful teaches you much about the vastness and richness of your life. Keep in mind that all your emotions share a basic and shared feature, and that is they can become and most often affect your inner and outer behavior as well as the quality of any experience. It is well understood, dear ones, that your emotions not only define your motivations but they also direct you, compel you to act, to choose, to say, think, or feel different things at different times. If you look at various spiritual paths and ways, you will come across just as many solutions and ways to address your emotions that sometimes can become a little out of control. As you become more aware of the present moment, you also become more aware of your emotions, and begin exercising this awareness, trying to understand them more. To be unaware of your emotions is equal to being lost in the emotion, where you allow it to carry you away. It is the emotion that is able to control you internally. Even if you choose not to react externally, you are still feeling the anger, the upset, and even the joy, the emotion from the recent conversation, interaction, or situation. Nonetheless, underneath those emotions are still raging, still brewing, and still alive and flowing. Your emotion becomes the center of all that you are doing at that present time. If you are feeling angry, that angry emotion is tight and holds you. It is important to remember that anger is just that, anger, just like any other emotion or feeling. They only last for as long as you permit them. All emotional states will pass with time and from letting them go. If you allow yourself to be carried away by the emotion, while not being in the present moment, your precious inner energies burn up and you lose so much of yourself in that emotional turmoil. It is important, dear ones, to learn to be able to recognize your emotions as just being that, emotions. Become observant of their effects on your physical body. You may notice a change in your heart's rhythm, maybe you'll feel hot or cold sensations, your face will take on different expressions, the tones of your voice will vary, even your gestures and postures can become affected by the emotions that are expressing through you. Try to understand, dear ones, that every emotion carries its own characteristic mark of physical effects that can easily be different from one person to the next. It is well understood that emotions that create stress have a more subtle effect on your physical health that don't always show up immediately. Try to see how your body reacts to any kind of emotional disturbance, regardless if it's happy, sad, good, or hard. Your emotions have so much to teach you and to show you of yourself. Another way for you to recognize your emotions as emotions is by seeing the consistency of how they affect your thoughts. Are you able to determine a repetitious pattern of thought? If so, that repetitious pattern is also the key to understanding why this pattern is occurring in the first place. Remember, dear ones, your thoughts very well can display an undertone of an underlying emotion, similar to your tone of voice. The tone of your inner voice and its thoughts can easily create more stressful and harmful emotions. Becoming more aware of the qualities of your thoughts will help you recognize their emotional foundations. With much gratitude to the broad spectrum of your emotions, not all of them are harmful or destructive. The majority of your emotions are there to motivate you, to comfort you, and to deepen your spiritual practices and provide you more understanding and fulfillment in life. Being aware of your emotions as just emotions will provide you with the information to know exactly how to nurture and heal yourself when it's time to let go. When you allow and nurture and support the positive lifting emotions, you are bringing yourself closer to others, bringing more freedom to your life and forging a tighter connection to God. In case you did not realize this, dear ones, much of your spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer nurtures, supports, and comforts your higher emotions. There have been times when you have permitted the destructive and harmful emotions to create walls and barriers that shut people out and damage connections. These emotions are not meant to be nurtured or encouraged, and it is encouraged to not act from these kind of negative and harmful emotions. It is necessary to understand that fighting these emotions directly will only give them more energy. When you try to suppress or deny your emotion, quite often a backfire effect occurs, possibly making things worse. Try to remember, dear ones, that your emotions are not illusions. They do have a qualified genuineness that come from various causes within you. If you try to suppress them, what you may only be treating are the symptoms of the emotion, but not the emotion itself. The underlying reasons for the emotion still remains untouched and ready to rise up once again. Even though you don't fight or nurture your harmful and destructive emotions, it is important to accept yourself just as you are, and your emotions as they are, without giving any more layers through judgment or self-rejection. When you finally learn to observe and accept and permit them to diminish and dissolve on their own, you are able to heal and move forward with your compassionate, loving heart. The causes and reasons behind any emotional upset can be from some difficult moment earlier in life or anywhere else, but they all help to shape and define you, wherever your attachments rests, and they can change what drives you to move forward. Your emotions show you a different way, directs you towards a way that is different than it is now. We encourage you to take some time to notice your emotions just as emotions, no more, no less, and to be able to realize in the midst of an emotional upset that it is the emotion that has caught you. You have experienced the same kind of draw when watching television commercials or certain ad campaigns that manipulate your emotions to take action. You might find yourself suddenly upset while sitting in traffic or waiting in a long line or crowded bus, or when doing your favorite activity or hobby. Can you feel it, see it? What is the emotion telling you? When you meditate, are you able to see and feel your peace, joy, and happiness? We are not suggesting or encouraging any of you to distance yourself from your emotions. You feel them and you become them, sometimes fully. We know you want to live a full life, not one that is suppressed and impoverished by trying to eliminate or denying the existence of your emotions. What is vital is learning how to heal from the harmful emotions with ways and methods that are nurturing and positive, without snubbing or judging yourself along the way. Open your heart, dear ones, and learn to love your total self, including your emotions, all of you. It is important, dear ones, to bring more consciousness and awareness into the emotional aspect of you. Understand and enhanced awareness on its own has the ability to change the tone and quality of your emotions, basically giving them rise to be more positive and less egocentric, less energy draining and more joined with your wholeness, the complete you. Keep in mind, any emotional presence doesn't last long, it is merely temporary. You can either let it dissolve on its own or try to fight it. Fighting it will only cause more hardship and create added stress, which is something your body does not require. Learning to quiet your mind through meditation and not giving in to your destructive emotions by allowing them to peacefully be on their way will bring healing to your body, mind, and your heart. Even if you don't always remember this, you are always alive in body and in the heart. Your emotions may be yours and they may only be emotions, but learning to understand them and to understand their core is the beginning to understanding you. Love yourself for all that you are, including the many emotions that are a part of you. Within you, dear ones, is an endless supply of information that is able to guide you to living a more fulfilling life. Learning to tap into that information is a lifelong achievement and journey, one that will bring you facing many delights and many challenges, all to teach you what truly makes you happy, joyful, and to teach you gratitude that you are very much alive and loved by so many, especially by God. Let your emotions become the key to knowing all of your whole self, truthfully and honestly. Let those walls come crumbling down and rise out in your beautiful and authentic true self. I am Melchizedek through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com